Finance Pastor coming to you live from my basement in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And what a privilege it is to see and speak with each and every one of you. The Holy Spirit is the master counselor. That's why I talk about influence. Now, Jesus, well, he's the master carpenter. That's why I talk about real estate. Now, God, he's the master trader. How so? Because anyone that trades beauty for ashes, anyone that trades joy for pain, anyone that trades a garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, to me is definitely the master trader. And as we go along through this few minutes that we have together, we are going to speak about what is going to go on in the market. Tomorrow, we are waiting the earnings report for NVIDIA, and NVIDIA is one of the magnificent seven, and it is a key indicator in where the stock market can move. Will the stock market continue to go up, or will it find a place of retracement? And will all the investors that are out there believing in the bullish momentum, is it going to sour or will it continue? Only time will tell. We have had so many moves in the market today. What a day it was in the S&P and the Dow Jones and the Nasdaq and the Russell 2000 were all bullish today. S&P was up over a little over 2%. Dow Jones by 1.46. It was a great day for many investors who were trying to recoup some losses that were happening last week and towards the sell-off towards the end of last week. And we are seeing some new news that is really reinvigorating the hope of the stock market. Like many news outlets, they are always blaming Trump for something. And I'm guessing we're going to look at some of their titles here. But we can see how the news media really, you can't go by a lot of the news reports that are going out. You have to look at what the money is going. Where's Washington, D.C. moving all the money? Where these companies are doing with their investments. And you also have to look at what's going on in the world. Last week with the trip to Saudi Arabia, it was the who's who of CEOs that were found from Tesla, AMD, Nvidia, Johnson and Johnson, so on and so forth. So many companies and really industries that are looking to make deals. President Trump is looking to make deals in the Middle East, and with the easing of the sanctions for Syria, I'm believing that President Trump wants more oil flow instead of blood flow. And that's what I'm believing. That's what this is all about. People who do business together do not fight. And I'm believing that with the trade agreements, with all the tariffs that are happening right now, it will be a benefit for the United States by bringing peace through strength. And when economies and countries are doing business, there's not a lot of fighting. And I believe that in order to bring people to the table, you have to bring them some economic relief, because money changes a lot of things. Put yourself in that situation. Money does change things. And when people are living well and they have money to sustain their families, I believe that they will come to the table. We are seeing some phenomenal moves in the stock market today. And we want to look at some of the news that's taking head. Like I mentioned earlier, NVIDIA is tomorrow reporting after the earnings bell. After the bell tomorrow, they're reporting. We're wanting to see what will happen. There's a lot of people that are saying that some of the downturn of the misses that they had, the guidance that they had from last year, might be a trigger. Or some people are saying that with all the new renewed in chips, with the China agreement of probably selling some of the chips that are different. That's a part of technology I do not understand, but like there's people smarter than me who can really dissect that. But I believe that if countries can get together, we could really have a little harmony. You start seeing that President Trump is doing all this without firing a missile, which many other people out there, all you haters probably hate. And of course, you can give the comments because I'll comment back. But of course, like President Trump is doing this all through peace, through strength, peace through strength. And we got to give credit to him. Many people thought that this was just Missile City when he was going to come in, but he's been totally the opposite. And I'm believing we're going to see more peace through strength. Let's take a look, and I'm going to share my screen with you guys. And let's look at a few stocks here. Look at Yahoo Finance here. And just looking at some of the news that's happening, Wall Street braces for earnings right here. The most anticipated earnings report of the season lands, and this is the biggest news right here. Is really Wall Street waiting on Nvidia. Nvidia is the darling here. It is the leader in the AI boom. There's nobody even close to them. So we're seeing a lot of moves here with Nvidia. I love this move. The Dow surges over 700 points. Trump's tariff renewed topped at 22 billion in May. Musk pledges his own RTO as Tesla sales continue to weaken. Of course, everyone wants to see him fail, but I think Elon's going to win out. And we start looking at other news. Let's go look at some other news from Yahoo Finance. All eyes on China, same thing. Okta shares plunge 11% as company maintains guidance citing macroeconomics. And of course, Trump pardoning reality TV stars. We saw this convicted, but like everybody, the the law the law is only for certain people. We see here, but hopefully they could live a better life and do well. Let's look at Bloomberg. Bloomberg is always skewed. Trump. This is the stupidest thing. Bloomberg, their anchors are so biased to the left. I mean, they can't even hide it in everything they do. I mean, CNBC is even worse. Fox Business is too right. I know it sounds weird me saying that. Fox Business is too right. CNBC is too left, and Bloomberg, you're really left, but you're trying to disguise yourself as a centrist. But all your reporters are all the same. They look like they've got a hockey puck stuck up their butts, and they're always tight. But we look at this. Trump escalates higher ed fight with review of student visas. You know, you could have said Trump is fighting anti-Semitism in Harvard University, which is promoter of hate and violence in the world. That should have been your headlines, but that's what they had. What else we have? Apple debuted dedicated gaming app within 2 days. Whatever. Asian stocks to rise. Optimism fuels Wall Street. We hear Trump. What did Trump do? Okay, Trump bad. We all know it. So we look at that, but let's look at trading view right now. Let's look at some of these charts here. I like looking at these charts. We got the S&P really had a nice bounce off. It's been bouncing off this line over here. This is a key indicator right here. We don't know what it's going to do, but if it does, this is something that we need to look at. Could this be a place that could it go down? I don't know. Could it be this? Is this something that could go? I don't know. Or could it just trend higher? Is it just, hey, this is one of these moves? Straight up. I don't know. We'll see what the S&P is going to do. I'm believing that we're going to go bullish, but I think tomorrow, if the earnings is anticipated, I mean, look at this big move today by the S&P. If we hit that 6,000 and we stay above it, that is going to be a key indicator here. We need to look at that key indicator right there. Let's look at the Nasdaq. Nasdaq again, like kind of almost following the patterns. Let's look at it from a let's see here. Let's look at it from an area chart. I like that move. It almost looked like it's following that V correction here. I like this. So let's see if it continues. Also, Dow Jones again in another monster move today. Whoa, what a monster move. Candles, it almost mirroring. This could have been an M for murder, but could this be a bounce off? I don't know. If it crosses this line, I mean, we got to look at for another bullish turn up here. VIX was low, really getting lower, not much volume. Apple had a pretty good day today. Apple has had a pretty rough week and a half. You kind of see this move. It kind of started down here, started bouncing up off this 170. So if you were in this stock, Like last Monday, if you got in at 170 on a call, you're doing pretty well actually. So Apple's doing well. Netflix, yes. If many of you remember, I've been saying for months, at least since about October, and also I've been saying this since February, that Netflix was gonna cross the 1,200 mark. Not because I know where it's going. That's really not the case. I actually don't know. I'm not a stock whisperer. But if you just look at what Netflix is doing from a standpoint of controlling an area or dominating an area, I am seeing Netflix really dominating the live sports venue. Hear me again. Netflix is going to dominate the live sports venue. And this is what I'm seeing with this stock. It's being priced now. If the UFC talks intensify and they could cut a deal with UFC, this is going to be a game changer because you're going to see a lot of other live sporting venues going to Netflix. And that's going to be something that I think is going to continue to grow this stock. Netflix is really has a lot of innovation in their DNA. Uh, just beginning with the what happened with them with Blockbuster, I think is just their innovative spirit is there. So for all you engineers that have ever worked for Netflix, we thank you. Uh, we always knew it wasn't just a DVD service. So Netflix, another great company. Oil, gold up a little bit, still over the 3,000 mark. Silver, I mean, like again, climbing. I mean, silver's so undervalued. Silver should be at $300. It's usually a tenth of what the gold should be, and it's basically 1%. Really undervalued. If you have silver, I would still hold it. I wouldn't go crazy buying it, but I will go buy it. Qs. I'm in the Qs. I've had a nice move. I am still running on the Qs here. I got September options. I'm believing that by the summer this will be about 600, but that's just speculation on what the stock market does with the Magnificent Seven. I'm really is that it could go any other way. So it's speculation. I don't have the authority, but I do believe this stock is undervalued. This ETF. Jets, another ETF. I'm a New York Jets fan, so this is a good stock for traveling. If you love traveling, this is a good one. Again, this is not a high flyer. If you're looking to make 10, 15%, 20% off of a low investment, a $2,000 investment, this would be the stock that I would do it in. It's a $22 stock. I still think it could go to 25, 27. If it comes back down, I would rather buy it around the $20 range. $18 range would be ideal. But if you're in this one for long term, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Uh, Royal Caribbean, again, another company that even though it has had precipitous movements to the upside over the last year, from a PE ratio standpoint, this is still in the buy category. It's still under I believe under 25 PE ratio the last time I looked. And this is a stock that I believe will be a key player here uh, in the in the travel industry. Many people are going to want to go do cruising. Nvidia, all eyes on you. Uh, if you roll well, it'll go well with the stock market. And the stock market is looking for any type of good news. With all the tariffs and all the stuff that the media has been pushing, I think any good news from Nvidia will just give the stock market a jolt. And also, you have to look at the investments that a lot of other countries are making into the United States. I believe that we are going back into manufacturing. We're bringing manufacturing back. Amazon, again, had a decent day today, not terrible, $5 move. Again, it's just following the same trends as the other stocks. AMD has had a nice bullish run. It is still, even though AMD has had a nice up move, it's still following a bearish pattern until it passes this 123 130 range. We're still in this pattern right here. To me, AMD hasn't broken the bearish pattern. So I'm if the stock market does turn, I'm looking for AMD to go down also, and I already have my pattern built out. So I look at that. Ford, you kind of a not really that. It's just a dividend stock right now. It's in my portfolio, so I have it. I own it. It's basically a dividend kind of stock. It's not really a high flyer. This is one that you're gonna hold and you'll double your money. It's kind of one of those stocks. So Ford, I love you. SPY again moving, make mirroring the S&P 500 had a nice 12-point move up today. Nice Meta again. Meta again. This stock to me is still undervalued. I say again, this stock right now is still undervalued. Meta should be at 1,000 just with the innovation that they're doing, the control that they have. Instagram, WhatsApp, they have a Mark Zuckerberg has a post on social media, and you have to respect what he's done with that company. And I think he's gonna really change the game on this with the AI. Also, I believe that Meta is gonna be giving Amazon a really challenge there for some space there. Diamonds, Dow Jones still following this trend line. It's still on an uptrend. I will look to see if there's a pullback over the next week or so. Again, Nvidia is going to be a key cog in this decision here with these stocks. They're going to be looking for them. Russell 2000, huge move here, 50 points. If you're a spread trader and you got into the bear call spread, you should be fine. It's another range. It's been in the 18 to the 2200 range. If you're a credit spread or you trade the iron condors with this, with the Russell 2000, you've probably had a little bit of Pepto Bismol action going because of the crazy moves that the Russell 2000 has had. Tesla, my baby, you did well today. Up 23 points, is up after market 4 points. Again, I own the stock on this one. I'm also on October options. So far on my options, I'm past double. I've doubled my money so far. So I am still writing this. I'm still believing that this stock will go back to the 477. I'm on October options. So I don't like day trading. I'm more of a position trader, swing trading, and I like just riding the wave. So I'm not the type that likes to be in and out of the stock market. It drives me nuts. And plus, it just messes up because I have an addictive personality, and I'm the type that wants to be trading and treat it like it's gambling and stuff. So with Tesla, again, I love this stock. It's in my portfolio right now. Is up after hours. I want to see what it does. Palantir, another stock that is in my portfolio, it's had a dud type of day, a dud cap couple of days, other than the big move. But it really hasn't done much since earnings. It's kind of just bounced right back up where it was a little bit before earnings, but not much. E-minis, NASDAQ E-minis, again, futures are still up. I want to see what happens overnight in the futures market. That'll be a huge draw. What happens tomorrow? Again, this is the S&P E-mini futures, seeing what happens tomorrow. Why? You know what's the good thing about futures that I love is if you're trading options. Let me get off the screen. So if you in the the futures is one of the things that as a trader you should know about. It's been a couple of years that I started learning about futures. I've been an option trader and stock trader for 18 years. I've always known about the futures. It's not like I didn't know. It's just I'm not a day trader. So I've always felt like futures is for day trading. And I found out that you can actually do position trading from a lot of friends that do it. But one of the things that I do love about futures that I didn't know I could do was if I'm in an options play and it goes against me, From the futures market, since it's before the stock market opens, I can enter on the opposite side and mitigate any losses that I may have from the option chain. And that's what I love about futures. And the futures is like a bellwether, is like the weather channel for me for what the stock could do the next day. So the futures, I'm watching it overnight to see what happens. I don't know what to expect over the next few days. I'm expecting Nvidia to really be bullish and hopefully the stock market take off. But that's opinion. I don't know if it's fact. We really will know until Wednesday after the market, and we'll see the effects of this. I'm really on Thursday. So this could be a day where they drive the market up only to push it back down, and that's what you have to be very weary of in this type of environment. It's happened to me before many times. Any trader that has gone and traded for years, they've seen this before. We're going to be looking at many other indicators, but Nvidia is the big cog this week. I am looking forward to what's going to happen. I'm always prepared, but I'm always looking to for opportunities to make those dreams become a reality. Now, what are you guys waiting for? What are you expecting Nvidia to do? Leave some comment. I love to some of your feedback. If there's some stocks that you want me to explore, so I can talk about it on my page, I would love to. I love serving all you guys. I love being here and being used by God. I believe that the Billy Graham said this, that the next greatest revival is going to be in the marketplace. And I'm in agreement with Brother Graham. There are many entrepreneurs, Christian entrepreneurs, that are looking for other investors to really unite against, and we all have to stand together. You know, with denominations, and we're breaking up many different churches. You know, a lot of Christians feel like they're in an island by themselves. But God wants unity within the body of Christ. Imagine if all of us that are professing Christians, if we were to buy 10 shares of Target, each of us that were professing Christians, we wouldn't have a lot of the foolishness that's happening around in some of these companies. Christians, it is your right to be invested in you with your money in the stock market and to voice your opinion, because not only are you a shareholder, you are the boss of all these CEOs. Granted, you're a small owner, but you're an owner and you should be speaking your truth, speaking the truth with love, but also not being afraid for the cause of Christ. We have had many Christians that have had to hide here in the United States because of fear of backlash. It's time for you to be bold, bold as a lion, bold as a lioness, whatever God has called you to do, to go and get the kingdom and get souls to bring them to heaven with us. Many people don't know that, even that many people believe that the only preaching you can do is in four walls. I'm here to tell you, my precious saints, if you're a business owner, you're a minister of the gospel. If you have employment, if you're construction, you own a construction company, you own a franchise, you own a lawn service, you are a minister of the gospel. I'm going to say that again. Many of you who are business owners are ministers of the gospel. The marketplace is a field ready for someone wanting to hear the word of God, and God has placed you. Sometimes the way you preach is the way you comport, you act, the way you, uh, the way you, the way your integrity. That's what people see. People only see that. And I challenge all you Christian owners to be the vessel that God has called you to do. Be the light that God has called you to be in your city, in your town, in your community, and raise up other leaders. Tithe to your local church. Give of your resources to local ministries that speak to you. Many people are waiting for you to start your business. Do you know that many business owners are key in any community? Think about it. When you start a business and you hire employees, you pay them a salary. Those same people can go get a mortgage for their home. Now you have many lending companies that now Quicken Loans, a lending company, that can now pay their people a great salary, and their shareholders have a better quality of life now. You, the same people that you give employment to, they shop at Walmart, Costco. Well, you know what? The shareholders of Costco are very happy that you were able to provide employment. Business owners and business leaders, you're innovators, you're preachers, and you're pastors in the marketplace. Take your rightful place. You're a leader, and we need you. And I know that God's got greatness in store for you. I hope to I hope to hear from you guys. Any comments, we'll love to hear. And until next time, God bless you guys.